Wow, that stops before the melody stops. That's annoying. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. How are we? We well? There's Akira. There's a miss. There's a bear. There's friends. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Yeah, regarding the scroll, the ending of the scroll was gonna be me just explaining that we're gonna render a thing from the thing 2 weeks ago. But then I thought it was funnier just to give up halfway through. So, yeah, it made me laugh, so I did it. One of the few rules I have in life. It makes me laugh. I do it. Right, let's put on some Muzak in the background. Should we do Louis Zong stuff? Because Louis Zong stuff's nice, but I feel like what I'm drawing, it feels like we need something, do some like Soulsborne music or something. Do I have a Souls playlist? No, but I do have a playlist of every line of dialogue from Patrick from Clive Barker's Undying. Gotta get rid of that. Souls. I have a Souls thing. Cool. Let's do that.
I won't be able to open them.
We'll be able to open it. Velstart. He's got a bell on his head. Hello. There's the Jib. How are we doing? Hi. I like what you said in Discord. Jib. It's like, yeah, I remember basically everything about the RPG we're doing. The only thing I don't remember is the main quest. Priorities. You am sleepy. Well, at least you don't have cover to work on now. It's true that. Yeah. Velstad, quiet down. Also, your iPad suggested Ragdoll when you were typing out rule. It's a very good rule. Yeah, it's a great iPad. Ragdoll is very good too. Yee. Remember Ghost Boat? I remember Ghost Boat, bloody thing. You have to morph it to get the map, and then you give the map to somebody in Calm, and then he gives you the underwater materia. It's a pain. Is that how you get the underwater materia? I've forgotten. Something like that. It's really obscure. Anyway, we're gonna do a thing. So last week we did some doodles. Let's hop on over to Doodle Place. Swoosh, professional. I've been using the swoosh transition for ages now. This one. Oh, hang on, it actually changed. Didn't mean to do that. Whoosh, a bit swoosh, and I don't want to get rid of it because it's just like it feels like part of the stream now. And by ages I mean 5 years. Yes. So anyway, yes, we did some doodles. These doodles, to be precise. He says not having a picture of them. These ones. We did these. Do you remember these? These were for a thing. I randomly generated a prompt from all of the things I wanted to do. And one of them was a boss called the Four Handmaidens from a game that I have in my brain called the Ico. And we doodled these on stream. And since then, I have attempted to paint these. Paint, quote unquote. Do a little render of some of them using what I know to be concept art sort of techniques. I'm not really good at them, so you're not going to learn anything from this stream. But I have consequently come up with, I should probably also have gotten a picture of this ready as well. Yes, so here's the phase 1-1. It's really a crispy stream if Chris doesn't go wob 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 as he keeps playing with the screen change. It's fun, you know? Too tired to learn. Good. I'm just incapable of teaching. He says, given that his only actual job has been teacher. Anyway. Well, teacher and lecturer. So yeah, this was phase 1. I actually did multiple colors. Maybe this way. That's a very old thing. Ignore that. Oh, phase 2. I did phase 2 as well. I finished that today, yesterday, whatever. It's just a quick one. That one's not particularly interesting. Where's the other one then? Ico. I was behind it. Yes. So there's 4 of them. So I tried to come up with 4 sort of slightly different designs based on the same one. I liked the purple one the most because it's purple, but also lace. Lace is fun. I mean, it's not fun. I did it by hand. But then there's also one with like gold and one with jewels and one with fur. They're all slightly different. But they're all basically the same, which is kind of the point of the fight. And then they go like that for a bit. I'm not going to do all 4 of them like that. I did the lace by hand. Yes, I came up with a real quick way of doing it. If hang on, if I have a look, you can sort of. Where's a good place to see? Around here? Yeah, around here. There's just like just big old semicircles like that, and then you go back over doing a little one, and then join, a little, and join, and little, and join, and then you just go in and add in a bunch of connecty spiderwebby things, joining them all together. I'm sure we'll see some of that today. Hi, Obes, how you doing? I'm not flexing. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at this. This doesn't look like cloth. I don't know how to render cloth. So today we're going to draw a lot of cloth. How'd you do it quick? Because you find shortcuts. What's it taking so long? Not really. This is the afterthought. It's the actual, like, values of the painting. Anyway, we're going to do something like this today, so I guess you can sort of see what's going on. We're going to do the 4th phase. I've done the 1st and 2nd. Between the 3rd and 4th, I think the 4th is going to be more interesting to look at. So, we're gonna do this one. And I think what I'm actually going to do, instead of long cloth, I'm going to do like all 4 of the sort of, because all 4 of them have sort of amalgamated into whatever this is. So I'm going to have all 4 sort of types of cloth draped over it, and hopefully it'll look cool. We'll try. Done this kind of work and massively downplaying how exhausting it is. I find it quite refreshing. Like, I did a... It's because I don't really do this. This is hobby work. You know what I mean? My proper stuff, quote unquote, is like, you know, you do the sketch and then you do the line art and then you do the color and the shading and so on and so forth. This is just scribble till it looks good. I'm sure if I do this enough, the novelty will wear off. But for now, there's still novelty, so let's do some novelty. Again, don't watch for advice because I'm winging it. So I'm doing the thing where you do it just as values and then add color on afterwards. Still can't get over the dwarf dad portrait. That was like one of the first digital paintings I did that I was proud of. Where's that? Let me show that off because I like it. It was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? 2021? No, 2020? 2020. Dwarf friend. There we are. That was the first one. And that was the second one. And now I can definitely look and go, hey, I can definitely, there's a lot of value areas and like areas around there should be shadow, and I can see lots of things that I should be doing differently, but this was like the first thing I was like, oh, hey, I could actually kind of do this. And then 3 years later, I did it again. 3 years later, I went, oh, do you know what? Let's draw that character again. And make it as good as we possibly can. Really show off how far I've come. Right, painting. Good. Cool. Fantastic. Man, Dark was so proud. Still a lot of kind of work you're actively teaching yourself to stop doing it so much. Yeah, I can imagine that, particularly if you're going to do it for deadlines. Again, this is just for fun. Although I actually did do some of these for Dark, for his various games that he's doing. So I have done a few, but then again, one of them took like 6 months. But they didn't take 6 months. It was just at the end of the pile of a bunch of other stuff. Stress and drew the lace. Again, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think I had a quick way of doing it. So, it's good enough. This is one of those things. Hang on, let me get some Souls concept art. We will draw something eventually. What was a good example? Crystal Sages is probably going to be a good example, right? Crystal Sages. Can I get like full res? It's probably going to be a bit tricky to see at this resolution. Well, this sort of. Okay, so this is concept art for the Crystal Sages, Dark Souls 3. And you know, if you look sort of like here, and you can sort of see the detail of sort of detail. It's a bit scruffy, but it's generally speaking, you can sort of see the flow and the detail in the hands. So you can see all of the knuckles and all that sort of stuff. And on the jewelry, you get all the little highlights and all that sort of stuff. But if you just sort of look anywhere else, like here, it's just stuff. There's just scratches of stuff, and like that's all blurry in the background down there, and like top of the hat is just here's some scratches. Why not? You can see the brush strokes. Like the point of concept art is you put the detail in the bits you want people to pay attention to, and then everything else is good enough. And that's what I'm teaching myself to do, is to learn which bits are good enough. And the lace was good enough. Yeah, it's the Crystal Sages, Dark Souls 3. That's what drawing is. Oobs, I will say, Oobs is very good at this. It was very good at gestural strokes and all that sort of. I love that in Oobs' stuff. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and I'm going to take any opportunity I know to show this. The High Lord Wolnir concept art from Dark Souls 3 is the best thing ever. It's so much better than it actually is in the game. Sometimes this doesn't. Oh god, no, it's broken. Why won't you let me drag? There we go. Drag. There we are. Look at that! Look at that! It's freaking amazing! And in the game, he's just a skeleton. I mean, I guess you could also see like other places here where it's just like, you know, there's just this couple of lines done and some little squiggles down here. That looks like a rat. See a rat there? Oh no, actually looked more like a little ferret. Little weasel. Anyway, and that's definitely from Bloodborne. Why aren't you letting me drag? There we go. We're fine. It'd be good if you could hold a thought. The thing's hard. But I'm mocking you for individually drawing candy beards. Candy beards? But the candy floss beard was really good though. Drew some wood grains in my hand in a recent drawing because you didn't like the wood grain assay you found, but you didn't really do a great job. The wood's hard. It has a pattern, but if you make it too patterned, it looks artificial, and it's. Anyway, let's do stuff. Let's actually draw a thing. Get rid of this concept art because it's gonna make me feel intimidated. Right. We're done. Excellent. Concept art complete. I want a sort of vague structure to this. Hey, look, it's a rocket. The beginning of this process is very messy. Actually, how am I going to... Okay, so we shouldn't actually... There's sort of two layers of fabric in these that I've forced upon myself. The first is like heavy, like velvet, and the second is very sheer, I don't know, what is that? Silk, I guess? I don't really know fabric. And so I'm sort of working out how to layer those in this particular image. I don't know what I'm doing. It's the rocket ship. Counter goblins are great. Let's actually give this a little bit of breathing room. We'll come in and refine this as we go, and then there's some sort of hair thing going on. Actually, do you know what? We'll do that afterwards, but I can take a leaf out of the concept art I just looked at. I don't like this shape. Let's make it a bit more. Also, unnamed song playing in the background. That's nice. That's a bit too symmetrical. Let's actually start putting like. Now I'm all self-conscious. I don't know what I'm doing. Jacob Julia got to Rykard's part in Elden Ring, which means you have now seen the best cutscene. Yeah. Become for me. You replied to yourself. No, Twitch. When you reply to a message on Twitch, it automatically replies to whatever the first message in the thing was, which is a bit weird. But the person gets the thing, which is weird. Anyway. Is this how I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna try and actually go for a bit of a layery thing that I did in the original by accident. So let's do that. Trust in the process. It'll look crap until it looks good. Sketch light, not shape. Okay, and then there'll be a sheer layer there, which I'll ignore for now, because we can do that over the top. So we get translucency. And let's have a bit of back and forth. That looks bad. That looks slightly better. Don't get too bogged down in details when you first start, and you make sure you get the basic idea down and it looks good, because otherwise you'll make a lot of details for a picture that you don't like. He says doing exactly that. Right. Also, liquify tool, real good for this sort of thing. That's the sound of Dark Souls 2. This is all just sort of poking out there. There'll be other layers that are sheer and such. How is this gonna mingle? I think it's gonna sort of like that maybe. like that. Dramatic Muzak. See, this is why I thought the Dark Souls music would kind of fit more. Of the vocals in it, so I can't remember what this is. Muzak. This is... Oh, it's Four Kings. This isn't Dark Souls 2 at all. Ah! I was wrong! There's so much brr in Dark Souls 2 that I just automatically assume. But it does sound like you when you're drunk. Nice. You sound like a choir from Dark Souls when you're drunk. That is amazing. And then there's the car horn. I don't. Oh yeah, probably fix this. Slightly better looking thing going on there. Hang on, this needs to work better. Ah! Oh, I have a weird eraser on. Speaking of the weird erasers and what I used it for, there's on the Twitter, there's an art train thing that people were posting, and people have posted nice art, like Miss posted cool characters, and Jeep also posted cool characters, and also Weird, and many other people. Foxglove, I think, also did. Lots of cool stuff. Everyone go to the tweeters and look at that. While I'm adding details that don't matter. I am gonna have to come in at some point and clean this up. Brush please, thank you.
And Crispy Parsnips, whom posted cool characters.
I didn't know what to post. So I just grabbed stuff and went, fine. I very nearly posted that picture that I like from the Avonvale thing I did. Of Mira looking through the glass sphere. I don't know why I like that one, it's very silly. Instead, I posted the troll from the recent video, which is not out actually, so it's a preview for people who haven't seen it. For non-patrons. Or people who have patron friends who haven't yet shown them the link. Because there's nothing stopping you from doing that, and frankly, I'm not going to be mad. I just like a sense of drama. Like, ooh, secrets. Stop doing this when you haven't sorted out the rest of the structure. Okay. Need to do that, do it tomorrow. There's no rush. All this art makes you want to do something artsy. Maybe tessellations. Ooh. How about, oh, I forgot what it's called. Penrose. Penrose tiling. Do a Penrose tiling. Crochet a bunch of Penrose tiles and just have fun. Or variations of Penrose tiles, because you can actually use the way the Penrose tiles were constructed is by by a lattice of a bunch of parallel lines that are at irrational angles to each other, irrational ratio angles. Irrational ratio. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. So you can actually make your own. Somebody made a little web app where you can just sort of type in your own ratios of angles and numbers of lattice lines, and you can make your own tiling that doesn't repeat. Screw Penrose. You're reading a book, so you're watching the screen, and every time you look up, you're astounded by the progress you make. It's just like you scratch until it looks good. Irrational ratio is going to be your next RPG character. I like it. I like it. Also, Duolingo keeps making me think of you, because it keeps giving me sentences like, the nice trees are in Belgium, not the Netherlands. What? I don't know anything about the... Is this the brush I'm intended to use? No, this is my brush. I've been using the wrong bloody brush. Thought it looked weird. It's in Japanese, so I don't actually know what it says. There we go. It's a bit smoother. Nope. It's tricky when you haven't actually planned where these wrinkles go. Is whatever. No trees in Belgium, they lied. They're underestimating the process. I've done this for 3 pictures. No, 4 pictures. This is the 4th. The first was your stray robot that I did during the... Let me show that off as well, because I'm quite pleased with it. There, this one. This was also done in black and white and then added colour afterwards. And the cat as well. I was pretty pleased with the cat. Maybe you'll just make I'll take your document cam home with you this weekend and stream some making some things. Yeah. Stream making things, it's fun. That's why I do it. Also the wrinkles kind of change direction there, it's fine. We should also at some point work out which bit, because what I want, like... So for example, like, this bit would be one of the fabrics, this would be another, this would be another, and this would be another. Which is why I added this little bit here, which I need to fix. I look good. Bit busy. Auto saving. Auto saving. That, and then I can give you some more highlights, contrast against the darkness of the inside of the cloth above. That'll work. I know this one. Big old gargoyle boys. That's a, is the spoilers for Elden Ring, I guess. Do the gargoyles in Elden Ring have like a motif that references this? Yes, thoroughly recommend people looking up the voice acting in both the introductory cutscene to Elden Ring and the voice acting in the Rykard cutscenes. Praetor Rykard. Because they told that voice actor that they would add effects to his voice to make it weird. They did not. At the moment, you're reading Tales of Troy in your big book of ancient myths and heroes. Nice. Because you never did write... you never did what you were actually supposed to in uni. Did you know King Priam of Troy had 50 sons? 19 of which were birthed by his wife. It's a lot for one person. A lot of dwarfs. Hope they had, like, holidays in between. I'll add that in later. Right, okay, that's all right for basic structure. Right, okay, so now we have the rest of it. Are we going to have the hat? I think we should. I think we should have... Okay, so in the original, let me show you the thing again. Now it goes weird because it's a toy Sakuraba. Sakuraba? Something. Where's the thing? Show me the thing. He says, controlling the computer. Here we go. Yes, so here's the original. They got a hat, right? And one of these is the impostor, as it were. And so I'm thinking, because if we look at the sketch here, I gave them a hat. But if we're going to do 4 types of cloth, it's going to be a bit weird if they just have the one hat, because they've got the 4 knives. But maybe the hat is the hat of the one that was the imposter. That makes sense, right? And it's not like it's going to clash necessarily, because we're going to have all 4 types of cloth here anyway. They probably heard the raw audio files and didn't see the need to add on perfection. Exactly. Perfect. Did she double up on any of them at least? I'm hoping there were at least some twins, right? Thus, indeed, this is an impostor fight. I guess, sorry, I should explain for anybody who wasn't there for the original stream. This is an idea for a boss in a game that I have had in my head for about 10 years. And I'm actually starting to make art for it, I guess. And this is the one I chose to start with, the one that I thought about least in terms of visuals. And again, chose is a strong word because it was actually randomly generated. But hey! Too big. Perfect. Done. What do you think? I chose to randomly generate, to be fair. I put it in the random generator, knowing full well that it would be an option for the first one. Not feel like it's circular. I always make these too shallow on the corners. Locking alpha is always good because then you can draw without worrying about going over the edge. This is the problem. Again, I've talked about this. Focus on the structure before you do the details. Otherwise, you're going to realize you've added detail to a structure that doesn't make sense. Oop, that just ends. Very ineffective Herman. Bernard Herman, that's the one. Bernard Herman? Someone look up the composer for Psycho. I think it's Bernard Herrmann. For what? Psycho. As made famous by... what's his face? Can't even remember the name of the director. Alfred Hitchcock, that's the one. Hitchcock, there. See, oops, nose. I think Bernard Herrmann was the composer. Not entirely certain. Have that come around a little bit more. Now we're going to get into the fiddly bits. Also, turn off transparency because this is not filled in properly. I don't know what music this is. Soothing Hymn from Bloodborne. Good to know. Bernard Herrmann, it was, yes. Hooray. The one with the blades. Burbmud Herman. It's not soothing, it's Bloodborne, nothing is. Bloodborne is not a pleasant narrative, particularly for women. A lot of which went over my head on my first playthrough. Because I was like, oh, yes, the Nightmare of Mensis. Mens means mind. So it's all to do with the brain. Uh-huh. I think the whole Bloodborne thing has got anything to do? No? Okay. Look, there's a big brain in it. What am I... I mean, to be fair, it's called the Brain of Mensis, which would mean it would be the brain of brain. That's probably a sign that I was wrong. I'll talk to you about the Menses right now, yeah. Okay, we'll talk about something else. Bioshock Infinite. No, wait. This needs some sort of clarity. Okay, so let's just do that. A little bit of a lip there, nothing major. Again, all of this we should not have like a white. This is quite a thin fabric. We should probably get a blend and just sort of smoosh it out. This is not something I should be doing at this stage. Particularly given that I'm not even... So one thing I've noticed when I do this is I tend to make things very extreme. I tend to make things brighter than they should be and everything, or that bit is all darker than it should be, and it's all this and it's all that, and I never use any subtlety. So what I've learned to do is not do this with black and white. I do it with a dark grey and a light grey, and then when I think I'm done, I go in with a black and a white and do highlights and lowlights. And the wet nurse and the screaming fetus thing on the beach. Yeah. Space Bioshock. It's good. Yeah, it's Judas. Coming soon, and by soon I mean in 2 years. Umbilical cords, yep, they're the third umbilical cords. Which was mistranslated in the American version, which is kind of fun. In the American version, they were called third of umbilical cord. Which in a kind of, you can understand why, because you need 3 of them. So it makes sense that you need 3/3, right? But there are 4 of them in the game, so they're not thirds. They are third umbilical cords. Don't know what that means. Something to do with the third eye, maybe, probably. I don't really know enough about the biological circumstances of umbilical cords to be able to say with any kind of certainty whether or not there should be 3 or 2 or 1. I'm guessing there's 1 usually. So I don't know why you skipped to the third as being unusual. But it is. Bloodborne's weird. Anyway. Looking forward to Space Bioshock. It's gonna be interesting. Because it really does look like they've just gone, well, we know what people want. They want Space Bioshock. We have only seen a trailer. But it looked like, I was surprised that they were like, oh, this is going to take 2 more years. Because I looked at it, I was like, that looks finished. They showed off a lot in that trailer. Yeah, a couple more years, apparently. Which, I mean, after everybody's reaction to how Bioshock Infinite came out, given what it looked like during trailers, I guess maybe they've learned their lesson a little bit and sort of given it more time to work out how to do things. Yeah, there are 4, yeah. 1 for the belly button and 2 for the nipples. One for the navel, 2 for the nips. 3 for the eldritch horror. Go now, go, and don't you stack up my umbilical cord. Yeah, it gets lost around here. I don't really know what's going on. About that sort of splits off into 2. That. Foldy fabric is a bit like doing wood grain. Again, you got to find a pattern, but make sure it doesn't feel stiff, unless it's a stiff fabric, obviously. Asylum Demon. Taurus Demon! Ah, oh, close enough. Wait, no, hang on, it is Asylum Demon as well. It's just called Taurus Demon for some reason.
Fake fan.
Fake fan! I don't actually know what a Souls is. I'm not a real Soulsborne fan. I don't know who the Soulsborne is. I think they're played by Matt Damon. What's going on there? With really the best way of doing this right now. Maybe there's a light from behind. I guess that makes sense. I was just going for now. But I guess if we backlight it, it'll look cool. It'll be a hell of a con streaming recordings of someone else playing all the Souls games and commentating over them as I was playing them. Well, you worked that one out quickly. Oh no, my ruse is over. That's why I wasn't doing anything in the Elden Ring test stream. Because I actually don't know how to play. That's way too stiff. The light coming from below, I guess. Ash Lake. But there is going to be a light from above, so let's bear that in mind for that. Okay, down here. What I should do with the ways of doing these sorts of things is I should fix my brush size and then just keep working at it at that brush size until I don't think I can do any more, and then make it smaller. And then that way, you always work on the same level. I'm not doing that because I'm a fool. For loving you. Anyway, does anybody have nice plans for the week? Fine, let's work this out. Oh, there's a hole there. Sorry, you got a hole in your dress? Question mark? I'll get rid of that for now. We can do that separately. And now let's be a bit more precise with the thing. Then a little cut in there, little cut in there. Another one there. God, talk about me not letting bloody people in the orchestra breathe. This singer's lungs, my word. I learned it from the Dark Souls. Even though I tend to do it to woodwinds. Woke up today feeling like you've been run over. Oh no, feeling a bit better now. I'm glad you're feeling better. A bit better. So just take it easy this week. Take it easy. A dull, chill time. Dull is underrated. I want everyone to know that in 50 pages, Achilles has wept in a very dramatic fashion 3 times. Yeah! Good old Achilles. Turns out his Achilles heel this whole time was his emotions. Yeah, it's gonna be best to separate this out. Good. I still got the pattern on it from whatever I was doing before, whatever that brush was. Get that out. Kinda nice, but also distracting. Yeah. It's the wrong thing, Gromit. That was a fly on my nose. Bugger off. Just landed on my nose. These are all drama queens, eh? Haven't looked in a while. Thank you. Thank you for not looking in a while. It always feels more impressive that way. I appreciate the dedication to the compliment. Probably shouldn't be trying to add highlights like this until I've gone to full black and white, but there should also be a seam at the back. That could look quite nice. Because this is the join of two bits of cloth. Then artificial. Save your work. Bloody hell, it's been an hour. How dare you cast headbutt? Bonk. Or is this on keyboard lab, so replies limited. Hi, Dark, how you doing? Welcome to whatever this is. What do we want now? We want... There are knives. There's the sort of silky material. And the hair. This is going to need going in and refining and all that sort of stuff, but let's get the basics sorted first. We can cheat with the knives. Always cheat, if you can. What do the knives look like again? That's a good question. By a good question, I mean a question. She is the soft. Ah, great. There you are. Hello. Can I use you as reference? Always cheat if you can. Thank you, miss. Oh god, I added so many rulers. Don't do that. Rulers are limited. Okay, where do we want them? Oh, I've got so many references. Oh. I just closed the reference. I'm smart. Right, okay, so it's like turn off the alpha lock. Right. A bit high actually. Down. Should be good. And have them facing like that. I could have come up with a simpler design, but no. Oops. Not yet, not yet. Too high. But yeah, sorry, I never finished the thing that I was going to say when Bear was talking about this process being exhausting, and I'm like, I'm new to it, so I still find it exciting. Yes, so the first one of these I did, this one. I'm working on another project at the moment, which is, I can't show things, because things, but it's in a much simpler style than this, like solid colors, not even really shading, just like hard shadows in very limited numbers of colors, very clear lines, very simplistic designs, all that sort of stuff. And I worked on a piece of that was like tiny little portion of a thing, tiny little picture with just tiny little very simple things in it, and it took more time than this. And this is why I'm still kind of like refreshingly optimistic about doing this sort of thing, because I guess I'm less exacting. I'm more like that's fine. I don't have as clear a vision of how it's supposed to go, so I'm just like, oh, that looked good, great, moving on. Whereas with my other way of working, which I've been doing for years and years and years, I know exactly how it should be, and it isn't, so undo, redo, undo, redo, undo, redo, etc. Major into PC and drawing tablet. This is frustrating. Why did you do this? Art. You can do it though. Okay, that's pointing up slightly. That. Okay. What on earth is this? Sin. Wow. Don't think I've ever really listened to the music for a Sin fight. It's something weirdly similar happened with the Jackalope. Yeah. You did good. You good? Did RPG with Jim? Got a little dicey, but no one died. No one died. Hooray! Very scared your cleric might perish in that one. Well, they didn't. Hooray! Always shoot if you can, said lecturer Parsnips to his students. To be fair, when I used to do the whole mathsy thing, I would advocate for, like, I guess once you get up to that level, the use of tools is not only not discouraged, it's actively encouraged, because no one's keeping all that maths in their head. And so I just always encourage people to sort of like, okay, yeah, you're gonna have exams and you got to know stuff for that. But generally speaking, the internet's your friend. The library is your friend. Learn how to look things up. Reference things, obviously. Don't plagiarize. But if someone else has done it, not really an awful lot of point you doing it as well. Unless, of course, the point of the lesson is to show that you can do it. That's a different matter. Yeah, not so much cheating as just like, you don't have to do all the work yourself, which is something I've never learned in art. Och means oh dear. Now, oh no, it's O-U-G-H is the English. Off, ow, oo, oh. But you figure out else, you did the art train. Yeah, everybody go and look at the bear doing art trains. Do that now. I dare you. It's supposed to come out as like a pun between bear and dare, but it sort of sounded a bit more like bidet. Somehow Gerhardt lost no HP in the fight. They did, however, lose max HP instead. Ooh. How much HP does Kira have? Ooh. I'm not really sure how I'm rendering these. It just sort of worked the first time. Again, don't know what I'm doing. Want to remind people of that. Probably be that. We'll come back with black to add in some decent shadows. Yeah, good enough. And now the other one. Spot the difference. I lost at 60 and Kira has 62. Close. Look, it all went well. Don't worry about it. I don't know what this is either. Oh, an unused piece of music, that's why. Guinevere's music. From Dark Souls 1. You remember the music that doesn't play when you're in our room. You hate HP reduction because it bypasses all the stupid tankiness. Yeah, it's Dark Souls 3, Jailers. Everything's Dark Souls. Souls Jar. But hey, good news, everyone. Hopefully, if the computer doesn't crash again, I have a setup where I can play Elden Ring on stream. And then spend all my time complaining about Elden Ring. Instead of facing something that way. Ah, wrong thing. Looks dodgy from that side. Hey look, I flipped my art. Good enough? Good enough. You had a wrestling match with a vampire. I think if they're that close, you're already screwed, right? He was good for making the party invisible. Well, and drugging the one NPC in the party so he has a good night rest. Yeah, sleep drugs. Good knife. It's so good. It's 4. Speaking of learning to use tools, mirrors, symmetry rulers. They're great. Use them. Nothing suspicious about potential witches / hags making magic pies. That sounds amazing. A witch made me a magic pie, I'd be right in there. They're like mosquitoes, twice as vulnerable when they're sucking your blood. So if you find a vampire like sucking your blood and you just sort of slap them on the nose, are you gonna risk like the blood going back in or anything like that? I like the idea they get a nosebleed if you do. Stop making yourself laugh. Right. Things. Fabric. Sheer fabric. Turn that off for a start. Again, this area is going to be definitely a focal point, so detail here will be better value than detail anywhere else. Oh, I'm not in the black and white phase yet, am I? I shouldn't be doing this. Well, it gives me a guide, doesn't it? Fabric, right. New layer. Teeth brushed! Now in bed. Yeah, get comf. Akira will probably not be as freaked out about potential cannibalism as they probably should. That's fair. Right, let me get general gist of how this is going to work. And then sort of working out from there. It should also be behind that layer. Isn't going to mean a great deal.
The cloth has little noodle arms.
Cloth has little noodle arms? Oh, I see. Exactly. Yeah, I'm strong. Yeah. That'll work. I know vaguely what I'm doing. With this lovely happy music going on in the background. What's this? I recognize it. Rotten? Duke's dear Freya. Hey miss, is your favorite boss? The Duke's dear Freya. Who may or may not be a 20-meter tall spider. We're going on smart while listening to stream now. I'll be even more quiet than usual. No! I like knowing that people are doing cool stuff while I stream. While I do this. So this one's slightly different because I've got to focus on either adding white or erasing. There is no darkening here. This is supposed to be nice see-through fabric. Yep. This is definitely Dark Souls 3. Because it sounds like every track in Dark Souls 3. That's not fair. Lorien! The teleporting prince. Also, I know it's technically going to be mirrored, so it's going to look not great, but I kind of have a cheesy way around that. That isn't amazing, but... if I'm not too worried about it not looking absolutely perfect, I have a solution. I'm still not working in white. This is where I should work in white. So that's easy to change. Boom, there we go. You want to change something to a solid color, set it to alpha lock, and then just fill the whole thing. Who says you wouldn't get advice here? Well, I think the title of the stream is becoming accurate. So now I've got to do it all overlapping. That was your bi-monthly fruit just floundering around on your tablet. You're going to eat soup. Soup! Yes. It's so relaxing. Thank you for streaming. I'm glad you enjoy me occasionally shouting the word soup over Dark Souls boss music. Yes, I do. I do remember a time when I first started streaming where I was like, you know, people would say, "Oh, I've fallen asleep to your streams before," and I'm like, "What?
Soup.
Soup, soup, the mighty soup." I was like, I'm doing such a terrible job at being a streamer that people are falling asleep. What? Terrible. And then I realized, actually, no, that's amazing. Should really have done these two things on different layers, but you'll get the idea. You'll get the idea. Compliment because I have such a soothing voice, which is very weird because I always thought it was quite annoying and nasally. I guess actually I should have done the back before the front. Well, we're here now. I have layers. This is the weird thing about like digital painting stuff, is that I'm like, oh, I'm painting. I should try and do it like a painting. It's like, yeah, but it's a digital painting, so you can still do digital things. Like all of the undos you keep doing. Can't do that in real life, turns out. Unless I'm hamming it up, yeah, exactly. You want me to do voice acting, you're gonna get ham. That was another surprising compliment, was Cheeb describing my voice acting as the sort of thing that you would hear in Alone in the Dark. Like, should I take that as a compliment, or...? Then the Papa Legba. I do want to do a highlight of highlight video for those games, but I also want to do one for Dead Island. I don't really know which one to do first. I could keep one of them for Halloween, but both of them would work. So, actually, would Dead Island work for Halloween? It's not really scary, is it? It's zombies, but it's not scary. I said zombies, assuming I said it stupidly, but no, that is actually the word, isn't it? Save your work. It's really scary when you're following Chip and get all the jump scares they avoid. Yeah. I want to say your brother has the same Pavlovian response as you do whenever the TTS alert sounds. Final Fantasy 7 menu alerts. Like, yeah. Deleting new game. That was another idea I don't know if people would be interested in. Ages ago I did a rescoring the opening cutscene of Dark Souls. That was fun. That turned out better than I thought it would. But I have a bunch of other ideas in the same sort of vein, including obviously Dark Souls 2 or Bloodborne or whatever. Maybe Elden Ring, just so I can voice act the oh, arise now, ye tarnished. But another one of the ideas was Final Fantasy 7, because if you watch the opening cutscene of that game, it's very only if you include the moan, exactly. You've got to. Yes, I was thinking of doing Final Fantasy 7 because I feel like you could if you rescored the opening cutscene of Final Fantasy 7, you could make it feel like a horror game. It's got a very oppressive atmosphere, that opening cutscene. Like claustrophobic and very grimy, and I feel like just with different music, like the music does a lot of work there, and it's very good music, but it's very much trying to push itself in the direction of this is an adventure. A mysterious adventure, but an adventure. And yeah, I feel like a fun, weird rescore would very much change the atmosphere there. So that's another one that's been on my list of things that may be done at some point in the future. Incredible music, but yeah, you like the idea a lot. Because I wouldn't be able to rescore that in the same way. I wouldn't be able to go, oh, let's write music that has the same sort of feel as that opening music, because that opening music is just iconic in my head. That was like one of the first game I fell in love with, and that I started it a lot. So I know that music too well. It's too familiar. Whereas Dark Souls, we're listening to it now. The music's always good, but I don't remember any of it. You know, I think there's only one, not even bad, there's only one annoying piece of music in the entire Soulsborne franchise, which is Lady Butterfly's music in Sekiro. Just really annoys me. For some reason, there's just this melody that does not shut up, and it doesn't know where it's going. It's just going back and forth and up and down, and it keeps going, and it's all bloody quarter notes, and it doesn't shut up. Sorry. Teacher, what does Gert mean? Gert? I don't know, what does Gert mean? Like a butterfly. I feel like butterfly has a bit more of a sort of this is that's not a butterfly to me. Rescore Lady Butterfly's fight. Sekiro. Yeah, I think that's the only bad piece of music in the series. And again, it's not bad, it's just I don't like it, it annoys me. Someone did a trailer-style cut for the sixth Harry Potter movie where they used music to make it seem like a silly teen comedy. Yeah, I like it when people recut trailers with different music. Music does so much work nowadays. It's basically essential. This is a fun etymology fact, and I've probably said it way too many times on stream. The word melodrama comes from the Victorian era, when they would start doing plays with orchestral accompaniment, and these weren't musicals. They just had an orchestra, a small orchestra, playing music that fit the scene, which was kind of new and interesting because, well, it was new and interesting for Victorian culture anyway. But people were like, people kind of rallied against it at first because it was like, oh, how dare you, try and make us feel something in particular in the play, without using the actors or the words or whatever, just trying to... Yeah, exactly, it's a melodic drama, it's a melodrama. A drama with melody in the background. And so it got this sort of negative connotation as being just really over-the-top dramatic, which is where we get melodramatic today. That word became melodramatic. And now everything is a melodrama. You show me a drama on TV that does not have background music. It's just essential now. I did actually see somebody, there's my favorite ever episode of Doctor Who. Might be my favorite thing I've ever seen on TV, Heaven Sent. Somebody actually took, the music in that is gorgeous. Like, it has one of my favorite pieces of music as well, which is mainly due to the association of the episode, but whatever. But somebody did a version of it where they took the music out, and it's a scene right near the end of it where things are real bleak. And they took the music out, and I was like, oh wow, this hits way harder without music. This would have actually been better without music. If the whole rest of the episode had its music, but this bit in particular just had none. So I feel like people do at some point need to learn sometimes no music is better. Right, well, I'm missing a lot of people saying things because I'm just blathering. Like an example of if Paris is a person, they'd be wearing the skin as a coat or cloak. What am I talking about? I missed stuff. As in, came Paris gut with the spotted panther skin. I guess, yeah. Like, yeah. You this afternoon when editing videos for work and cycling through lots of different music, trying to decide on the mood you wanted things to have for a Saturday. Paris is a person, yeah. There's nope, sorry, that was Palace. I was about to make a reference to the Raven, the bust of Pallas, not Paris. Movies are too liberal with soundtracks. Exactly. We need to learn to pare it back a bit. I think now we've become so accustomed to music, you can actually use a lack of music as an impact. Listening, and you fully agree. Sometimes cutting out all the music creates more weight and drama than anything else. Exactly. Yeah, they're like, here's a sad scene. There's a solo violin you want because there's a solo violin or the soft piano. I have. There's a sample. You can get it from Spitfire Audio or. I think it's in labs called soft piano. It is used in everything. It's like one of the most popular samples they've ever used or they've ever created, and it's immediately sad. You know, we want the audience to feel sad. Ding dong, ding dong. Just yeah, instant. And you can know it's that sample because one of the notes, the piano was a bit wonky, and you can sort of hear the hammer hitting the strings. But yeah, there's a lot of copy-paste, cookie-cutter, off-the-shelf sort of uses of music in dramas nowadays, in my personal opinion, and I feel like people could be a bit more creative, maybe. Speaking of being a bit more creative, this is symmetrical. Let's change that. Bring this up there. Swing it out. Maybe they should swing along here. It's going to be the same sort of wrinkles in the same sort of way, but if you just sort of tug it around enough, you can distract the eye just enough to maybe not realize that I drew the same thing on both sides and then just wiggled it. This cloth is made for wiggling. And that's just what it do. One of these days, this cloth is gonna wiggle over you. Swoosh into the side.
No thank you.
Ah, why not? Okay, I'll do a very quick black and white pass. And then we'll slap some colour on it and I'll finish it off stream.
Because it's full of hair and goodness knows what else.
Oh, hair, and the other cloth at the bottom. Oh god, I'm way behind. Thank you for reminding me of all the things I haven't done yet. Okay. Thank you, whatever that was. Dong, Dark Souls 3. Speaking of overuse of music, hey, FromSoft, you don't have to put a bell in every track. Deacons of the Deep, I know this one. Because it's got an organ and a choir. Well, the choir doesn't narrow it down. It's got a kind of Gregorian-esque choir. Actually, it's not Gregorian-esque at all, though, now that I say that. That's alright. I'm going to get a very rough version of this coloured before we finish. It won't have any trim on it, like gold or lace or whatever. But I could do one row of lace just to show you how it was done. Because, again, it's pretty quick. Bells, what? There's an interview with some composers about that. Basically, the director uses placeholder music instead of the finished soundtrack. Yes. It's called something. Yeah, so already existing pieces and other properties, and it tends to get attached to it, so they'll just ask for similar sounding pieces for the composer. Temp music, that's what it's called. Yes, that is a thing composers often complain about, is that the director has gotten attached to the temp music, and they just basically say, hey, can you just make that again? Pretty sure I said I can't draw fabric at the start of the stream. I can't draw like types of fabric. I can draw flowy stuff. And like apparently sheer and solid, but that's about it. Again, it's worth noting that you shouldn't mistake results for knowing what I'm doing. Blagging is a legitimate art form. How you doing this? Left or right? Okay. Tweet video having sound in you. No! That was bad, don't make this jump. Pay $3.50 on a train ticket to fight me. No! If you're gonna do that, pay $3.50 for a train ticket for me to come see you. And then I will stay in your shed. That sounds creepy if you don't know the context. Just realized. I'll stay in your shed. Oh dear. Actually have to give this a little bit of structure, that'd be nice. I should actually like look at pictures of cloth and try and work out how to paint them rather than just trying to wing it. I did no research for this. And I do not mean that to brag, I mean that to insult. Both, I guess.
Judges harshly.
Judge me Joshly. By the way, this is for another personal thing because I have 700 things going on because I'm in one of those moods. If you have any good faces, if you have any like distinct, just good photos of people's faces that I can sort of use to practice with, because there's something. I tried to do something today and then I realized, oh, hang on, I actually don't know enough about drawing like good distinct faces to be able to do this. So I'd be very grateful if you have some good distinct faces. Because I kept trying to look up references for what I wanted and I just got 700 pictures of models. Should not be as vertical as it is. Something like that. And then do the hair, and then very quick black and white pass hair. Very quick, he says. Does he know who he's talking about? What kind of faces? Just distinct. Something that has a kind of, I don't know. I'm just looking for people that you would look at and go, "Oh, that's a cool face. That's interesting. I haven't seen that face before." You are Mr. Generic. You cannot help with this thing. I'm not saying your face. I'm just if you have any pictures of cool faces. I mean, if your face is a cool face, that works as well. But I'm not gonna ask you to send me photos of yourself. I mean, of the people whose faces I have seen who I'm friends with, you all have nice faces. Not gonna... I'm just not looking for nice, you know what I mean? Easily! I also didn't finish this part of the cloth. Much to be done off stream, much to be done. I just want to get it to something approximating finished by the time we finish the stream. Oh, here's the Dark Souls 3 Gwendolyn thing. Where they massacred my boy. And by that I mean he's being eaten. Dark Souls 3, one at a time. still think of this as the Moonlight Butterfly music. It works way better for that fight. Not this, the original one. You also have freaking a villain hairline. Oh yeah, but a nice villain. You know, I didn't see you in person and go, oh, I don't want to go near that person. I went, yeah, friend. Internally, I didn't externally because I'm awkward. I think that was universal. It's not even been 2 hours. I don't think anyone's expecting anything finished. Well, just something that you can get the idea of what's in my head, right? Oh, it's actually going to be kind of like, in a lot of sort of medieval heraldry, they used to do things in quarters, right? They used to have sort of like a 4-patch quarter thing. It's going to be a bit like that, really. I didn't think about that. Okay, fabric's there. Good. Hair. Hair should be black, which means I should probably do a black pass first. Let's very quickly do a black pass. Get those details in. Oh, not symmetrical. Symmetrical. Gonna be a lot of black in this middle bit. At the very least, I know it will be filled in. Had some issue with transparency in the past with these things. Here's where we can diverge. No. This is why I always do this last as much as possible, because I could theoretically have this level of contrast all the way through if I had any self-control, but I don't, so I do it at the end. You have to have villain eyebrows. Whenever you haven't groomed them right, they stick up at the ends like some kind of anime villain. I have that as well. I have the sticky uppy eyebrows. Quartered heraldry, each panel is meant to show an important aspect of the family. Ah. Here, the important aspect is the clothes of the now dead handmaidens. Is this Bed of Chaos? No, Covetous Demon. Why did I think it was Bed of Chaos? Oh yeah, actually I should denote the edge of this piece of cloth. No. That. its own thing. Yeah. It's called Hornbrows. Nice. Of the author of this translation just decided to pluralize Ajax to Ajaces. Nice. You need to get off Pinterest. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to have you get sucked into the black hole of pretty pictures. That's not on this layer, is it? What layer is it on? That one. Let's name that label. Label that layer flowy, so that I know what's going on. Meanwhile, work out precisely what's going on with the hair later, I guess. That's a nice effect. I have no idea what it is. Seems pretty. Wait, I don't have to worry about the soft stuff, because it's on a different layer. Hooray! Open that up a bit. Sorry, I haven't said anything for like a year. What's happening? What did who? I'll apologize for anything you send me. You send me things? I have 11 messages on Discord. Oh, yep, I know. Time dilation. Ooh, nice. Many faces. Many a face. I am appreciativeness. Thank you. Just chill and watch it. Again, it's a holdover from this whole must be entertaining streamer mentality. It's not helpful. Like that. That bit's nice. Sort of side hatching. Side hatching? That might work. Hat. Well, hang on, let me just... This is why I like to work in black and white first. I have no idea how to do color properly afterwards, but just having to focus on values is real nice. If people are just happy to see me make black and white art, I'll do that. But I do like color, so gonna have to buck it up and work that bit out, I suppose. Black at it so much. I know, that's why I like doing it last. It just makes it pop. Because that's what you should do with the colors you start with, but I have no self-control, so I make everything all grey, all dark, or all light. So if I leave another step of contrast to the end, I already know where things should be. And I can work it out from there. Sucker colors, black magic. How dare you? How dare you, Bear, say that to me, Crispy, when your art exists? Like all my art except when I draw things with too many legs. Well, this has no legs. Maybe, presumably. I guess not. It's floating. Why would it need legs if it can float? I should do this with the symmetry on. Good, good. Maybe jump.
Have you both looked at the colors you use in your art? How about you both wheeshed?
So I wonder who that message is from. Ah. Yeah, Hazel, yeah. And a few little peckety bits. I should probably not do that symmetrically. Back on. A little bit of bloom for fun. Actually, those top ones need to be a little bit more. We also haven't done any white on the clothes for highlights. We'll just do it for that is transparent. If something wasn't right. Again, this is the whole need to learn what's good enough thing. This should be good enough. Anyway, right. Let's do highlights like I said I would. Just little bits here and there, and on the edges. That nice sort of backlight thing going on. It's Dark Souls 3 again. Oh, people fighting in chat. Yes, I agree with what Chip said. Jib is correct on all counts. Jib has stopped being correct. There's 300,000 stream bits. Nice. Fact! Give my wrist a hand. That'd be great. Wait, where's the fact? There was no fact. My bot didn't give you a fact for some reason. It's running. I don't know why I didn't give you a fact though. You broke it. I'll give you a random fact. 1 in every 160 New Zealanders was involved in the production of Lord of the Rings. There you go. Random fact. What? No. That's not how that works. How dare you? I'm starting to regret this system. That's another transparency issue here, isn't it? Yep. Doesn't help getting rid of it with a soft brush, does it? This is spooky. Good. I like the one that's going for spook. Right. What's this there? Apparently nothing. Ghosts. Ghosts are on that layer. I can do art without the ghost layer, I don't know. Mystery to me, that's a technique I sure haven't learnt. Start blending those down. We're gonna get a nice crisp feeling edge. That's terrible, what's going on there? Okay. Now look at Bear's art more, and you have to do a colour study. Bear and Foxcroft Fawn's art. They're both very good at colour. In very different ways in my head. Which is good. I like seeing that there's no like, this is how you do colour theory. No. It's about self-expression. So soft and nice and yellow, and you want to sit your teeth in it and take it away for yourself. Yeah, cozy. This is the bit where Gwyn throws lightning bolts and the witches start all the fires. Yes, it is the opening cutscene music. But it's not the proper opening cutscene music. Haha! I wrote that. I did this. That looks like hair, right? Sure. Okay. Let's add I'm going to add color because I don't actually know which of these is going to be which color. So we might as well work that out first. Let's put all of this in its own little folder, marked normal. And then put another folder on top of it, which is going to be set to color. Clip it so that we don't go over the edge. Then we can just go there. Okay. Mirror Night? Looking Glass Night, yeah. I know that one. Yeah, Chippy's chewing on your art. Wanna bite the art. No, that's the point. I haven't done anything in that honcho style for a while. The fondant. That's what made me think of it. Appreciate the love, particularly around now. Yeah! Yeah, you are. There is absolutely no basis upon which you are allowed to complain about you not being good at colour, because that's just nonsense. Like maybe, you know, maybe you're on that arc that everybody experiences with every discipline, which is where it's like there are two different graphs chasing each other, which is how good you are at something and how good you are at analyzing something. And you may very well be on that part where your ability is below your ability to analyze. And that's when you feel bad and you look at everyone else's stuff and going, oh my god, why are they so much better than me? And then at some point, it'll go the other way and your ability will go over the top of that and you're like, oh, actually, I'm doing really well and it's great. And then because you're doing good at it, your ability to analyze will go up. And then you'll go, oh god, I'm crap compared to everyone else. Why am I not good? Etc. Jump up and down. There's a graph I want to share, but I don't know where I saw it. What am I doing? Color, yes. I'm always on the arch. This is the ADHD arch, right? Colors. They're like the Daleks. Dalek colors. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Let's get us some color going on. How are these going to go together? I'm gonna say contrast we should have... Oh, I don't know which way around to do this. Way too strong. Way too strong. Maybe that should be purple. Do this on different layers so that I don't have to go back and change things. Orange also up. Oh. Orange? Yellow. Gold was the word I was looking for. Oh, it's kind of Oath. Anyone seen the art for Oath? Kyle Ferrin? Then I'm gonna have... Ooh, which way around am I gonna do this? Red and blue would work with purple either way. But also the red and the blues are quite understated colours. They're not very strong. Like that. So I'm gonna say blue under the gold, because that will make the biggest contrast, probably. But there. Then the red. That. I've done all of those on the same layer. I just said I was going to do them on different layers. But also just how hard you need to work to get your color to a working point. It's not something you know. You can get it over the line, but you don't know your fundamentals. I mean, you do. It's just a lot of work. And maybe with a lot of practice, it's a thing that can get faster. We can always improve in one way or another, but I think that's all right for the way the colors should go. Probably. Let's add in some of the goldiness to this. Shadows have a bit more of an orangey luster, and the highlights have a bit more of a yellowy luster. Make it gold. We could probably do a little bit more. Hither and thither. Also, didn't really do a good job with that backlight, but it's fine. It's only the colour that this layer worries about, so it doesn't matter what brightness the colour I'm choosing is. A little much there. Sure, kind of works. That'll do for now. Put those as cape. We then want... What colour's the hat going to be? Which are we going to go for? Red, blue, purple, or gold? Purple. Makes sense to be the purple because I've done all the ones in between as the purple one's the main one. It's very hard, yes. Purple. And a little yellow for those highlights. Make it gold. It's a little bluey purple, actually. We could probably fix that. Little too blurple. Maybe if we really ram it along in the middle, it'll balance out. Close enough. Swords. I still don't quite know how I managed to do them before, so let's do that. Something along these lines. Oh, I was also going to do a sort of strange, drippy thing with them. Loop, simple enough. And now we need one that isn't colour, it's normal. Because these all don't have any colour at all at the moment, and we're going to go with a kind of pearlescent kind of thing. I'll sort that out in a sec. Bleeding onto the body. Don't want that. I could do. I could have done the whole body pearlescent if I wanted. But let's not. Okay, and now the other one's down here as well. Probably should have kept the colours that I was using. Fine. Random splotches, doesn't matter too much. Probably a bit extreme, but okay, that's basically it. Hang on, let let me demonstrate very quickly how I did the lace, because it's not that big a deal. Now I know this is the purple one. So the lace, where would the lace be? Yeah, it'd be like at the end here. Okay, so just do then at each of those, do a little one like that. Don't care too much about it being precise, because it's just lace. All looks higgledy-piggledy anyway. Okay, like that. Then you join those up. Then you just do some twiddles. Spiderweb little thing. And then it looks like real lace. And it ain't. There you go, lace. I'm not going to do it running around that edge. It's fine. Is there anything else? No, I think we'll leave it there for now. There's a lot I need to go in and fix up a bunch of stuff. But as a general concept, this is pretty neat. I'm pleased with this. Looking lace, hi Christy. Have you been here? Don't remember if you've been here. Hi. And then on this one I need to do gold gilding, on that one I need to put gems, and on that one I need to put floof. But yeah, there we go. This is a boss. Hopefully this sets the tone of the game. Given that this is like the first piece of artwork I've made. Going weird dark fantasy. Weird being the operative word. Yay, I like this. It turned out alright. This game's very weird and you're here for it. Well, maybe we'll roll another one at some point and see what we draw for that. Yeah. I need to come up with an explanation for what this thing is in the world. Because I don't really know. It's fine, don't worry about it. Oh, autosave. Everybody save your work. And with that, do I need to do that? I've been doing a lot of writing recently. Writing's my thing at the moment, I guess, but I'm also writing 7 different things. Lots of games just don't. Yeah, man, I like things to have connections and stuff. It's a drapery. Because one of the things I kind of wanted in this world is I didn't want there to be magic. You know what I mean? I want there to be things that would be magical, as it were. Like, this is clearly not natural, but it isn't just magic. There's an explanation. There is some sort of force occurring that has an explanation. It's a supernatural explanation, but it's an explanation. It isn't just magic. Nothing wrong with worlds that just have magic. That's fine. That's the rules of physics in that world. But I like there to be explanations. This is set in a world which is basically our world, but there's one weird thing. And that weird thing is causing everything else to go wrong. And that weird thing is the Ico, which is why it's called the Ico. Anyway. And that force is wizards. So there's one thing we learned from 16 Symbols. Not 16 Symbols. From Project Via. It's wizards. Just wizards. I also like how the little room in the Discord about Project Via is just now for Ragdoll and Kiro posting wizard things. Which I'm very pleased about. Wizards are everyone's problems, exactly. So yeah, this is... I guess there's an explanation for this somewhere. Anyway, I'm much more happy with how the fabric turned out with this than I did with the other one. This sort of gives the impression of there actually being threads, even though there aren't. So I like that. That's nice. I learned a thing. This is how I learn. By doing and failing and going, oh, actually that bit was good. They'll make themselves everyone's problem, precisely. Anyway, this is the final form of the Fawn Handmaiden's boss. I will do the third one. I'll finish this up and then I'll do the third one and I'm going to make a little video out of it. And then I can finally, I can make a little video, stick it on the YouTubes, and then finally release the last little video I did, which was last March. There's an Avonvale video I did where I designed 3 characters and I have big videos and small videos and patrons get to see one in advance of each, and I haven't done a small video since then. So you can finally see those 3 characters who I actually really liked those 3 characters, little fun characters. I want to do more Avonvale stuff as well, and more of this, and more everything else. But my wrist is telling me I need to stop, so we're going to stop. Look after yourselves, everyone. It's important. Listen to your body. That's a little good, well, I should probably say goodbye. It's because I said look after yourselves, which is what I say at the end of all the videos. Look after yourselves, everybody. Goodbye. That's closest I have to some sort of structured outro. Yes, okay, so streams. Henceforth, we have War Tales on Saturday with friends. Everyone stretch your wrists and your shoulders and your elbows and your back and your neck and your legs. Unrelated, but do it anyway. I can change that as well. New videos. Animal Tarot, how old's that? Glad you made it last a little bit. Yeah, hopefully hope you're all good. Hope you're enjoying whatever you're doing. Hope you're having a lovely evening with Pup. Yes, so Saturday, War Tales times. Tomorrow, Chibstream, probably. Sunday, doodling with friends. Something or other. We have loads of generators and stuff. Tuesday, we're going to be doing not Agent Orange, Operation Tango. Keep calling it Agent Orange. We'll work out how that's going to work off stream. And at some point I will do tomorrow Chipstream we're going to defeat the Vault Monster. Oh, exciting. I haven't seen this part of the game. But yes, and at some point I'm going to do another test stream to see if I fix the problem with my other computer so that I can stream with that without getting blue screens. That would be nice. I don't want to rely on that maybe not crashing for proper streams. So test streams ahoy. And Dark's gonna hate what happens. Yay! Yay. So that's all the things that are gonna occur. So hopefully I can get another little video out by the end of the week. There was something I was gonna do with the weekend as well and I forgot. Time. I've got to do my February drawing, Mal. So many things. Anyway, I need to shut up now and go and do things. Yay. Thank you everyone for coming along. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lovely time. People seem to enjoy the chill. He says as music goes. Bah! I'm going to stop you. Thank you. We're going to have some nice relaxing music to end. To make up for that. Yeah, so look after yourselves, everybody. I'll be back on Saturday. Have a grand old time, one and all. Be kind to yourself. Look after yourself. Etc, etc. I say etc, etc to imply you should do even more than that, not that I'm just can't think of anything else to say. Although both of those things are true. Have a lovely time, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye.